Hey Origination, so today we are going to be talking about Sonic games and my ranking. And this is the second time that I've spent 20 minutes talking about Sonic games for my computer to go, oopsie! Let's jump straight into today's video and you'll see which one are my favorite Sonic games. Okay, so let's begin. Now, the ones that I've not played, I've already kind of put into the bar, so I can't really judge them if I've not played them. So first of all, let's go with Sonic 1, and I'm kind of thinking... Gonna give it an A ranking. Originally I did give it an S because this is a game that really spoke to me. You either were a Sonic fan or you were a Mario fan, and I've got to admit, I really love Sonic. It opened up a huge amount of doors for me, meeting new friends as well as talking about it and actually wanting to be a games tester. But I absolutely adored Sonic. I loved the Green Hill Zone. I loved the way it was, and because we didn't have any save features back in the day, dear God, was it hard to get all the way to the end, get all the Chaos Emeralds and stuff. I remember leaving my console turned on. I think all kids did that back in the day. They'd leave the console on, go to school, come back, rush, and hope like no one's turned it off. But yeah, Sonic deserves an A rank. Not like no, I'm gonna stick with an A rank. Okay, so Sonic 2, boom, S rank all the way through. It is one of my favorite games, mainly because there was a lot of stuff that happened. Like, you could become Super Sonic. The levels seemed a little bit longer. It seemed more fun as well. And oh my God, I loved that one so much. It was possibly one of my favorite games. There's only one other Sonic game that has kind of topped it, but I'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, I think definitely S rank for that one because it just felt new. I loved the cover art as well because it felt when you looked, it's like, yeah, Sonic's there, but Robotnik's like, dude, you got another game. So yeah, I generally really loved Sonic 2. Still do to this day. Okay, so Sonic 3, I am going to put that as a C game. Now, when I look at this artwork, I still get very kind of nostalgic, like, oh my God, this is amazing, but with Sonic 3, I liked some of the elements. I found that it was a lot smoother, but I didn't fall in love with the game as much as, say, Sonic 2. I generally still think it's an okay game, but I generally think a C grade game is kind of worth it. Not the best, but still, like, thing. I remember seeing Knuckles and going, oh my God, Knuckles is a new character. He's so awesome. He's so cool. But I didn't kind of like it that much. Like, the game felt fine, but it didn't feel like the better game. I don't know, it's very weird one. So the next one I'm going to talk about is Sonic and Knuckles. I'm going to branch it in the same one because I feel like if you put it any higher or lower, it's kind of an insult in a way. Now, Sonic 3 and Knuckles obviously added more levels to Sonic 3 so you could play more, and for some strange reason they shipped it in a cardboard case. Don't know why they did that. You know, everything else is plastic, but maybe they want, hey, let's make it cardboard. I did like the fact that they extended some of the stuff, but I just didn't kind of get into the level and love it as much as I would do with the rest. I still think it's a good game, but not the game that I kind of like. Okay, so Sonic Spinball, garbage game. Hate it. Can't even stand it because it just felt like it was a spin-off. No, I generally couldn't get on board with this game. I thought it was one of the worst ones that they've ever played. I just generally think it's a garbage game. 100% garbage. Would never play it ever again. Even the thought of it annoys the crap out of me. Okay, so Sonic CD. I'm going to give it a B rank on this one because it felt very much like Sonic 1. It didn't feel like there was anything added extra. I mean, the time travel thing was fine and being able to run faster, but I generally felt that there wasn't anything extra for this. For me to enjoy it like all the others, I just couldn't get into it. Fact is that, yeah, I think Metal Sonic was one of the better parts for that. I just think that when you introduce Super Sonic and then he's not in any of the other ones, or he's in Sonic 3 and upwards, but having like Sonic CD, like I think you would have that in there. The animation at the very beginning was great. I'd never really seen something like that back in the day. I remember also going to a friend's house and we'd print off the Sonic stuff on the CD, and that was cool. Like, we'd hide it from people. Like, shit, it's using too much ink. Oh, I remember. I loved those days. Okay, so what was the next one? God, I can't remember. Okay, Sonic Heroes. D level. I didn't like the fact that you had 3 characters. I really wanted just to have one-on-one with all of them, so you can have all the characters in there. But then rather having them all, oh no, that came out much later on. That was like GameCube days and the PlayStation. But yeah, I just didn't like the fact that you had 3 characters in this. I just generally hated the thought of it. Again, it would be much better if you had 1 character. But again, maybe the whole team thing was a bit fine, but it wasn't for me. Okay, so Sonic Adventure. I'm going to class that as a B level. Yeah, I'm going to put it as B because I liked it. I thought it was a great addition. I love the Dreamcast more than anything. But it just wasn't my favorite. It was and it wasn't. Like I like the addition of Sonic being faster than anything and the different areas that you could visit, but I feel like there was something missing from it. I also kind of wish you could become Supersonic all the way through. Like if you got the emeralds, that's it, rather than it's the last fight. But I do love the music that they used in this. So the next one obviously is Sonic Adventure 2. Why was I saying Advance? So Sonic Adventure 2 was a great game. I loved that they cleared it all up. They introduced Shadow the Hedgehog. They added more characters, and it felt kind of good. Now, I hate the Knuckles levels. I generally really do. I hated finding the Chaos Emeralds. I just really wanted to play as Sonic. I didn't really care about the other characters. I did like the fact that you had hidden extras. You had the Chow Garden. But yeah, I just kind of really wish that they focused more on Sonic than anything other than anything else. Okay, so what would be the next? Sonic and the Secret Rings, garbage game. I didn't like the fact that you were forced to run. So all of the games that you could run, you could take your time. But Sonic was like, you're pushed, you're going, you can't stop. And I hated that. I just generally thought it didn't work on the Wii that well. And same thing as Sonic and the Black Knight. Garbage game. Like the idea of the story, just garbage game. Just get it out of my sight. Don't want that ever again. No, I generally just didn't like them. I think that they didn't work well for what they were given. I would probably play anything above. Yeah, anything above more. Not Sonic Heroes though, but anything above would wholeheartedly play. Okay, so Sonic R. Didn't really play that much on the Saturn. My friends had it, and obviously it was fine. Same thing with Sonic Jam. Have I played Sonic Jam? No, I'm going to say, okay, I can't remember if I had or hadn't. But Sonic R, wasn't a fan of the racing games. Generally think that why would Sonic need a car to race? Same sort of thing. We're going to jump with, we're going to put Sonic, actually no, Sonic Racing Transformed. I think that's a C level game. That was a good game for what it was. Just not the game that I kind of would have wanted to play. For me, it's a game that I could play while on the phone, just racing around. There's not a lot to it. I do like all the other characters that they added, but for me, Racing Transformed was better than the other one, which was okay. But yeah, Sonic Transformed is pretty much the same thing as Sega Superstars or whatever it is. Sega All Stars, that's the one. Okay, so Sonic Advance, I'm going to say is a B game because I generally liked playing it on there. I think it was awesome, and something that you could play around with a lot. So yeah, I generally enjoyed that one. It was nice to kind of go back to it, and you could connect your Chow Garden to the Dreamcast. So I'm going to say the same thing with Sonic Adventure 2. But then Sonic Adventure 3, or Advance 3, not Sonic Adventure 3. Sonic Advance 2, obviously B level, same sort of game. I'm gonna give the third one, boom, give it a B as well. Not a bad game. Could have been better. I just after a while it felt a bit kind of samey, but then again, pretty much most games do. Okay, Sonic 4. No, let's do Sonic Rush. Sonic Rush, I'm gonna say A game because it was nice to have a new character, but I really liked the music. I really liked the way that you could run through levels. Obviously, you could switch between Blaze and Sonic at times, and there were times when I'd be playing the games and be like, I'm so frustrated because I can't beat this one, or I can't get the Chaos Emerald, and that really infuriates me, which then made me kind of want to go further with it. Okay, so Sonic jump. It was basically a game where you just jumped up and collected rings. Not going to talk too much about that. It was okay. Sea level for Sonic Rush, or no, Sonic Run. Basically, it was where you ran and collected rings. It was great, but I felt like there could have been more to that one. I feel like there could have been... The fact is, it felt samey. So after you did the few like levels, it was just the same thing over and over and over again, apart from collect these rings, collect this. And I felt like it could have been better. More levels, more kind of like laid out rather than the same thing. So it's good for if you're playing on the toilet, but apart from that, not the best. Okay, so Sonic 4, garbage game. No, it goes behind Sonic in the Dark Knight. Yeah, garbage game. Hated it. They wanted to do 3 parts, which was fine, but I generally just hated this. Hated it with a passion. So, same thing is with Sonic 06, the worst Sonic game I've ever played. Not even worth my time. Garbage, get it out of my sight. I did think I could actually save it and talk about how good it was at points, but with playing it again, no. Can't stand it, and I won't play it ever again. I just think it got a lot of hate, and it deserves it. I think that they wanted to rush it out a lot more than just the generic, oh, let's just kind of like wait and see. So yeah, it's not something that I would recommend. Something very, very bad. It is very bad. Okay, so Sonic Unleashed. A game, and hear me out. Okay, so I really liked the way that Sonic ran. The way that he could go faster, he could boost, and you had a set amount of time on it. You got more rings, it gives you more of a boost. Perfect. I think it's also one of the best games, but I hated the Werehog. Werehog was horrible and did not need to be in there whatsoever. I think that if you just had more running levels, it would work out perfectly for it, but it felt very kind of bland when it had the Werehog. Like, you get frustrated and be like, oh, why am I doing this? But I love the running stages. It's what Sonic needed and what it needed to move forward to, rather than kind of go into the Werehog. So it gets an A for the Sonic levels only, but for the Werehog, that goes in the garbage, but I'm going to stick to it. Okay, so Sonic Generations, classic. It's an S-rank game. It's amazing because it felt like a proper Sonic game. Like they'd actually listened to all the fans and gone, do you know what? We're going to do this. This is amazing. But then in the end, it was just like it did well. It just did amazing. I don't know why I'm dissing it. I don't know why I decided to go down that road. But I love the fact that you had 2D and then you had 3D, and it felt like a Sonic game. It was one game that I absolutely loved. And I'm also going to class the DS version. When I went to Florida a few years ago, I decided to pick it up to see what was different about it. And I just remember playing the game as we took off, and as I landed, I finished the game. I was like, oh, we've landed in Florida. So it has a massive replay value. It's also one of the Sonic games that I 100%ed straight away and started doing that for my friends because I enjoyed the game that much. And if you've got that much replay value, it is a great game. Okay, so Sonic Mania, I'm going to give a C. Now, I was so hyped when Sonic Mania was announced. Brand new Sonic game, going back to the roots. It was going to be absolutely amazing. And what happened? It was just a rehash of Sonic 1 and 2 with a few extra sprinkles. It didn't feel like a new Sonic game. It just felt like they'd taken, like these guys who are amazing at it, who have put love into it, just took what was good in the first few levels of the first few games and didn't add anything different to it. So I feel like it is a good game, but I also think it's a C grade game. It's not near garbage and it's not quite near S rank, but you know, it has replay value. I will give it credit though, because they added like Ray the Squirrel and Mighty the Armadillo. But again, I don't feel like there's anything more. It got praised by high heavens, but when you break it down, it's just Sonic 1 and 2 kind of mixed together, and that's what it was playing on, the nostalgic look, and that's what kind of made me go, oh, okay. So, Sonic Forces, garbage game. I generally hate this game because it feels like there is nothing in this. I feel like they try to go into the Sonic Generation market and kind of market it like that, but when you play the game, It is boring. It has nothing there. And I hate the fact that you play as your own custom avatar. I would have much preferred them actually making Sonic Generations 2. Get rid of the avatar and actually having a game that people could enjoy. I think that now we're in this sort of day and age where the studios aren't listening to the fans or looking at what games they've done previously and kind of learning on it. Like if Sonic Generations outsold pretty much every single game, look at what made that game amazing and add to it. But yeah, Sonic Forces, I was so excited for that game, and it just ended up in the garbage. It's upstairs. I don't think I'm going to play it anymore. And also, I think they wanted to charge you for Super Sonic originally, which was stupid. Oh, yeah. But yeah, garbage game. Yeah. But there we go, Ranger Nation. What are your thoughts on my Sonic list? Or should I say Sonic fans? What do you think of my list for Sonic? Do you agree? Do you not? Do you think that I've chosen, like, the worst order? Or do you think I'm spot on? I really kind of wish I played all the other games because I think that would have been kind of nice. But yeah, I may play them at some point. But yeah, let me know what your Sonic list is down below. And yeah, we'll leave it there. If you've liked this video, why not hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as that cheeky notification bell to be notified when more videos drop. And as always, Ranger Nation, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.